speak into your experience of what is that return on investment with the time, money, and mental energy for the owner and the team.
So, it's interesting because I sit here and I watch your TikToks and you talk about this in percentages. And I find it almost impossible to do because what is the value of an idea, right? So if you're free to think, if you're free not to be like in this owned by your email, owned by your workload, all of these things, that's when you have these amazing ideas. That's when you can break through. That's when you can do things. But, I think conservatively, I save half my time through organization in a day. But I want to give you some facts because I have some facts I want to share with you.
Yeah.
And this is around planning. So, what you describe around contracts, agreements, et cetera, planning is part of that. Where's the business going to go? So they did a study in 1953 at Yale. They repeated the study at Harvard Business School MBA program. And they asked this question to the students. Have you set written goals and have you created a plan to achieve them? Then they went back to them and they said, what happened 20 years later? So 84% of the class had set no goals at all, which is interesting because I set goals all the time. That an MBA program at Harvard, 84% was set no goals. 13% of the class set written goals but had no concrete plan, and 3% of the class had both written goals and a plan. So 10 years later, rather, not 20 years later, 13% of the class that had set written goals but not created plans were making twice as much money as the 84% of the class that had no goals. Then the 3% of the class that had both written goals and a plan to achieve them made 10 times the amount of money than the 97% of the class that either had no goals or had goals but no plan. 10 times. And what was interesting is that the results of the Harvard study matched the results of the Yale study. So when you sit back and you think about that economic impact that a simple thing of creating goals and putting together a plan on how to achieve those goals has in your life,